welcome to this class, and my name is Jerry. Can you still see my screen?
No.
No.
I can't see it.
I think it stopped. Okay. Can you see it now? Can you see my share screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So after you click on that IDLE, you will see this Python shell. Then click on this file. Then you will need a new file.
I don't have the only ones I downloaded are Python 3.8 model docs and idle Python 3.8
Yeah,
32.
the second one, the idle IDLE. Click on that.
Okay.
So do you get this? Python 3.8?
Let me go on it. Hmm? Yeah.
You get this?
Yep.
Okay. So let's work on this a little bit. So first, let's talk about what is data type. So let me show you this. Can you see my screen? So for different values, we have a different data type. So basic data type we have is int, which is integer, is all these numbers, and the float point, which is numbers with decimal, and the string, which are these characters. And if we come to this shell, we can use the function type. So if you type in type and you give some value, let's say we give a 6, it will tell us this is integer type. We can try that on your shell. And if you say type 6.5, you enter, will be the float point. And if you say type and you give this quote and you say hello, it will give you string. It will tell you these are the data type of string.
Do you understand, Ishan? There are different types of data that computer works with, computer understands. Okay, so for example, you understand English, and do you understand any other language?
No.
No, only English? Okay. And do you understand numbers? You understand numbers? Say in words. If you nod your head, I wouldn't. Do you understand numbers?
Uh-huh.
You understand alphabets?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you put together a bunch of alphabets, we call it a word, right?
Mm-hmm.
The computer understands that as a string, a data type named string. And it is spelled S-T-R-I-N-G, a string of letters, a string of characters. That's what it means. Okay. And now, can you guess what int means? INT, int. It is on the screen. Data type int. It has.
It is louder than Sean.
Think of mathematics there. Math. Int. Do you see it on the screen?
Yeah.
What under the name? What does it say? Int means what? What is the full word? Int stands for?
Here.
Jerry's highlighting that for you.
Right here.
Integer.
Integer. So what are some of the examples? Can you read them out?
123, 135, -12, -3, -153, 0.
Yeah. So when you are programming, coding in Python, you have to tell the Python software what type of data you are giving it to work with. And in this case, you are giving it to use that data as an integer data type. For example, 123, 135, -12, and so on. And then now go to the next data type and read it out for us.
Float.
Yeah.
Floating a dash point.
Yeah, you can say floating point.
Oh.
Okay, floating point. And what are the examples? And can you guess what it is in mathematics?
12.3, 17.8, -35.7, -8.9, 0, and 23.
Yeah. So is there another name for that? Like when there is a dot after the number?
Decimal?
Awesome. That's it. Decimal. So in this, we call it, in computer programming, it's called float, a floating number type, data type. And then we already talked about string, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the examples that you put within?
Jerry?
Yeah.
What? Hello? What is your name?
Yeah. So now you can go to your command prompt and follow the example that Jerry showed, and then show us how it will tell you what type of data it is.
So type in this type and with parenthesis, and type in this example in the parenthesis, and you will see type in one all of the time. So for example, we type in type and we give number 1, it will tell you this is integer. And if we say type, you have to have this a quote. Doesn't matter if it's single quote or double quote, you have to have this quote to show that you will give a string. And if you enter, it tell you this is data type of string. You can try this example in your shell.
Can you increase the screen? Can you see?
So do you understand data type so far?
Hold on.
If you have question, you can share your screen and I can take a look.
Okay. I'm gonna share my screen now.
It's the first T is lowercase. So keep typing what you have. That's the bottom. That's the bottom.
Oh,
The last one, yeah, it's lowercase. Yeah, you see it's the color changed.
yeah.
So this type is keywords in the Python, and that's why it's color changed. And there is no space between the E and the parenthesis.
Mm-hmm.
So delete again, then parenthesis. Okay, then let's type in 6, then close parenthesis, then enter. You see, it tell you this is a class int, and int, what's int mean?
Integer.
Yes. So right now, try also type in type, then parenthesis, lowercase, parenthesis. Then if I want a data type of string, what do you need typing?
str. No.
Uh,
str.
the string.
Apostrophe str.
So all the characters, all the words, those are the data type of string. So if you type in any words like my name or any sentence like what's your name, all these will return as a string. So but all those need in the quote. So type in a quote, then give a sentence or word, anything. So let's say type in your name or hello. Yeah. Then quote, close parenthesis, then enter. You will say this is a data type of string. So anything in your quote are string. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want a type of flow point.
Yeah.
So what kind of number you should give to show it's a flow point? So same thing, we need a type, then open parenthesis, then what's a flow point number?
Any?
Anything with decimal?
13.5.
Yes. And enter. You say it's a flow point.
Mm-hmm.
So are you familiar with this? You got this?
Yeah. Let's
So
see.
now type in one more example for each of this type, and we can move on.
Type what example? For what?
Yeah, for each one.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So for integer, let's do the integer first. So for integer is any number without decimal. That's integer. And for float point is any number with decimal.
Okay.
And for string, is anything in the quote or string. Yes. Okay, cool. So tell me what's the type of 11.0?
11.0.
Uh-huh.
Float.
The what?
Float.
Yes. And if I have a type, then I have a quote. Then in the quote, I said 11. Then what's the data type of that?
String. STR.
Yeah, it's a string. So anything in your quote, it doesn't matter it's character or numbers, everything in the quote are string. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So now we can move on. You can stop share and see my screen. So next thing we will talk about the variable. So let's see. You can imagine variable as a box. So this is your variable. It could be anything, and you assign this value to this variable. So if I give 5 to this x, and when you see x, it will give you 5. It will save this number, or we call this assign this value to this variable. So let's say or x equal to 5 minus 2, and we say x will give us 3. So the program will, if it's a math, the program will calculate the right side and save into your left side your variable. And your variable is always on your left side of this equal sign. So can you see this example?
I see. I can see it.
So as you can see, the variable is equal value. That's syntax. So you have a variable on the left side of your equal sign, and you give value to this variable. And this value could be letters, which is your data type of string. It could be another variable, and it also could be expression, which like 5 minus 2. So as you can see the example here, we have name equal to Jerry. Name is a variable, and it's give this value Jerry to this name. And tell me what's the data type of this Jerry?
Name.
The data type of this Jerry. So if we say type, what's the data type of this?
That STR.
Yeah, string.
So,
So the data type of Jerry is string. So you give this value to this variable. So your name, the data type of your name is become string.
mm-hmm.
So let's try this here. So if I say name equal to Jerry, and I say type name. See, when I say the type name, when I give the variable is x is using the value in the variable. So after I assign this Jerry to this name is equal to type Jerry. So when I enter, it will tell me it's a string. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now let's say this items equal to 10. What's the data type of 10?
Let's see, where's the integer?
Yes. And I assign this value to this variable. What's the data type of this variable?
Float?
This is integer. Your variable is always have the same data type as your value. So your value is integer. Your variable is also integer.
Oh.
So if your value, what's the data type of 19.99?
Float.
It's float. Then what's the data type of your total? They have same data type.
Variable?
This is variable. So variable is just how to variable is just a name. You can name this anything you want. And variable is not a data type. The data type is only these three: integer, float, and string.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have this 19.99 as a float, you give to this variable, the data type of this variable is float. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's try this here. We say total equal to 19.99, and then we say type total. Tell me it's a float because 19.99 is float, and then why use this variable is access this value. It's tell me this is a float. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's say if I have a number equal to 10, and I say number 1 equal to number, and what's the value in the number? When I say number 1, what's the value in the number 1?
Number 2? Oh, 6. 6.
Number equal to 10. This is 10.
Oh, 10. I see. I see.
So yeah, it will give me 10. So it will pass the value, will copy the value from number into this variable, and this variable have value 10. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And about the variable, there are some rules about this variable. You can only include number, letters, and underscore, which means you cannot have a special character, and you cannot begin with number. So for example, here, this is invalid. You cannot do this because this have a special character. And you cannot start your variable with number. And
Mm-hmm.
you cannot have space between your variable. So if we try total, and we have a special character, let's say $sign here, say this equal to 10, will give me a syntax error. It says invalid syntax, which means I cannot have this special character. for my variable.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I have 9 tickets equal to 10, again, it's tell me it's invalid because you cannot have a number. You cannot start your variable with number. And with 2 words, let's see, we have a total price. Cannot have space, so it's telling me it's invalid. But if we want to use 2 words, there are 2 ways we can use this variable. We can say total underscore price. You can use underscore to separate 2 words, but this is valid. If we say this equal to 10, it doesn't give me any syntax error. The other way is called the camel case, which is your first word is lowercase, and the second word start with capital. So I have a capital P R I C E. This is valid, and you can clearly say this is 2 words variable, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't give me any error. So these are some style, and you can use either camel case or underscore. It depends on what you use to.
Oh.
So any questions so far?
No. No.
Okay, so that's a variable. We will practice a lot about variables, so you will get better understand after we program something. So next, let's talk about if statement. So let's see. Mm, if statement. Probably I can see this. So for if statement, syntax of if statement is you have if or keywords, as you can see, is changing the, the color. And if you say if 5 greater than 6, 6, I should say no. Let's, let's go to our file. Let's open a new file.
Hold on.
So in our shell, go to file, click on new file,
Yeah. Got
and
that?
you will get this. So the if statement is something you check is it true or false, and if some condition is true, is do something, then else is do something else. So let's say uh, if a if age greater than 21. Do you know input?
No.
Okay, then we do this first. So input is something you can get value from user. So let's say we have age. This is your variable and is equal to, and we need an input. This is a function. This is keyword that help you to get value from user. And in the parenthesis, you can ask any question. You can type in some sentence to let user know what kind of information you're looking for. So we say, what is your name? Or sorry, how old are you? Since we use age, so we ask, how old are you? So we save this. So we got age, we got input, and we print out age. So see what the value is. So do you get it? So you have a variable equal to, and you use keywords input, and you ask question in the parenthesis. And in the next line, we see print. So the system's computer will print out the value in your variable age. And after, so you got this so far? Okay, so after you finish, you can click on this run and on run module. So you will say, how old are you? This is the question you type in here. And you can type in anything. You see 12. And we'll output 12. So how the program do that? So your program right here is get input, how old are you? Your program asks, how old are you? And you type in a value, which is 12, and it will save this number into the age. And when you print age, you print this variable, it will print out the value in this variable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Share your screen. Let me see that.
Get it. Share. Oh.
Okay. So the first one in the first line, your age A should be lowercase, and the second line, your print P should be lowercase. So you see the color changed, and the print is now equal. Print is a function, so it's just there's no equal yet. No equal. Delete. Okay. So because print is a function, you're calling the function is not a variable. So you just want to print out what's the value in your age. So you use a print. And the print parenthesis, it's just a syntax. Now save this file.
Save as?
Just save.
Oh, okay. Saved it.
Okay. So give a name, then save this. Okay. And you see the run next to the format. Actually, you can type F5. Click on F5. It's very top of your keyboard. F5.
F1. F1. Oh, F5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's okay. Never mind. So click on run next to the format. The run. The one next, the next one, the run. RUN. Yeah. And click the first one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I clicked OK.
Yeah. Should pop up. Say, is
Yeah.
that how old are you? And you can type in a number. In the typing a number in the. So you type in number first, then you press enter. So back to your code. Then run again. So run the next to the format, the run. Then the first one. Yeah. And type in a number. No, you type in a number first, then you press enter. So go back to our file. Run again. So type in number first. Type in number. Don't press enter. Type in number first. It's too late. Run again. Hit the run again. So back to our file. Run module. And type in a number. Just click and type in a number. Okay, see my screen? Okay, you can stop sharing and look at my screen. Okay. See, after you run this program, you type in number before you press enter. Okay, I'm typing number right here before I pressing enter. Then I press enter. It show 1, 2, 3 because it's print this age, prints the value in this age.
Oh.
So what you did is just you tap the enter first, then it stops the program. So you need to give a number. You type in number first, then you press enter, and you will see this print this age. Now share your screen.
Okay.
Okay, and run your program. And type in number first. There we go. Then press enter. There we go. You see that's a print. It's print out the value in your variable.
Yeah.
Okay. Now write a program to read your name and print out your name. It's the same thing.
So what do I do with
So in your code,
code?
so back to your file. No, the one input file. Yeah, input.py. Yeah. So in there, you can keep typing in this file, and let me say, so we ask user's name. So we say name. Yeah, input. That's fine. Input parenthesis. So this is the function, and what's question you want to ask for user's name. Okay. Then okay, close quote, close parenthesis. You have one more parenthesis, so you have one extra the open parenthesis.
Oh.
And there's yeah, and there's no space between your parenthesis and input. Okay, so you will get user input from this, and you will save this into a variable. So so this is the right side of your equal sign. So go to the very left. Press the left key on your keyboard all the way to the first one. Okay, we say name equal. So therefore, you will get user's input. Uh, you will get user's input about their name and save this value into your variable name. Okay.
Yeah.
So your variable is always on the left side at the beginning of of this line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then go to the next line. Then print the name. Okay. This is then run your code.
But it
So
says, how old are you?
yeah, because you have a first line about age. So type in a number, enter, then see what is your
Oh,
name.
what is your name? Ishan.
See. So the reason is output of how old are you, because when you every time you run your program, your program start from the beginning. So go back to your file, go back to your code. So say at the beginning it says input how old are you. Every time you run, it's run from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now now write another line to get what time is it. Then save into the variable time. And print it out. Cool. So you got what's input and what's print do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can stop sharing and look at my code. So let's see what we. So after you have input, so let's say age equal to how old are you? So after you give a number, and if we check the data type of age, it will tell you it's string, even though you input it's integer, but this function input function always returns string.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what you type in, if it's in the input function, it will always give you a string. Just keep this in mind. We will use this pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one, let's talk about the Boolean expression. Boolean expression is just you compare something and will tell you it's true and false. Let's say is it 5 greater than 6? True or
No.
false? Tell you false. And is it 5 less than 6? True or
Yes.
false?
True.
True. Uh, it's a 6 less equal than 6.
Wait, is 6 what?
Less equal than 6. So
No. False.
it's true because 6 is equal to 6.
Oh,
So
because you put a greater sign. I
this
mean,
is
what sign?
this is not error. This is less equal. So
Oh.
it's mean it's a 6 less than 6. Oh, it's checking two things. Is check is the 6 less than 6, or is check 6 equal to 6. So
I see.
if one of them is true, it will give you true. So is the 7 greater equal than 7?
False.
Still true because 7 is equal to 7.
Okay.
It checked twice. You can say it's checked twice. First it check is 7 greater than 7. It's false. But 7 is equal to 7. So it will return true because 7 is equal to 7.
Yeah.
So the last one is a 6. In computer, if you want compare two things and you want check are they equal, you will use double equal. So it's a 6 double equal 6, that's true. The
Yeah.
single equal is a sign. If you say 6 equal 6, it's syntax error, and this tell you cannot assign this.
What are wrong?
Yeah. So simple equal is a sign. If you want compare two things, it's double equal. And it can also compare to letters or two words. If say is Jerry double equal Jerry, it's true or false?
True.
Yeah, it's true. Then the Python is the case sensitive, which means the uppercase and lowercase are different. So you have a uppercase Jerry is it equal to lowercase Jerry. Is it true or
False.
false? False. And we have double equal, then what if we want to say it's not equal? If we want to say it's not equal, we say Jerry is not equal Jerry. Is it true or false?
Jerry is not equal to false. I mean,
So
true. True. It's true.
yeah, it's true. Because this Jerry, the uppercase Jerry is not equal to lowercase Jerry. And this tell you it's not equal, so it's true. Okay, so that's all the operator for the Boolean expression. So we have a greater, less, and greater equal, less than equal, and the double equal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 operator when you use the Boolean expression. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so since we know that, we can use that for our if statement. So if statement is something, let me, so if statement is, so this is your if statement, and is check some Boolean expression, is check something. Let's say if 6 greater than 5, and it will do goes two side, either when it's true or either it's false.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's true, we'll do something. Let's say we print it's true, right? If it's false, it will do something else. It will print it's false.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is our program. So it will only do either one, either this one or this one. It will not do both because it's not gonna happen something that's both true and false, right? So if we say this and compile this as a program, we say if 6 greater than 5, then we have this colon. This is a syntax. This is something you must have. And if you press enter, you will see this indent. It will automatically give you this space. That means you are in this loop. You are in this statement, and it's always do something if it's true. So if it's uh if it's true, we say print mm, true. And if false, we say else, and we also need this colon, and we enter. You will see it will indent, and we print false. And we don't need this. We save this, and if we run, it be true. It doesn't print false because it's only 6 plus greater than 5 is true. And
Oh, I see.
then if we say 4 is greater than 5, well, which one will output?
False.
False. So if we run this, it will print false. So the program will check this we call this condition, the program will check this condition. If it's true, it will run the program after that. If it's false, it will run the program in the else.
Yeah.
So if we print so we have so is it clear right here?
Yeah.
So the syntax for that is so you have a if, then you check a condition, you have a colon, then in here is the true side statement. So all these these are statement, and else it's a false side statement.
Yeah.
So if it's true, it will do the true side statement, which is print true. If it's false, it will do the false side statement, which is false side statement, which is print false.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so right here we input age, and we check is the user old enough to vote. So we say, do you know how old you can vote?
18.
Yeah. So if age, what's a uh, what what's a Boolean operator we need to have? Greater, less than, greater, equal, double equal. Which one we should use here?
8, mm,
So
18 greater?
so any age greater than 18, right?
Yeah.
So any age greater, is that include 18 or no?
Yes.
Include. So if your age is greater equal than 18, this age it's a variable, it's a value you get from user, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if age greater than 18, don't forget this colon, and we enter. If it's greater than 18, what should we say?
True. I mean,
Uh,
false. It was false.
well, it's the first one is always true side. So what you want to when this statement is true, you will do right here, right after this if statement. So we say print you are old enough to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you input something. If it age greater than 18, let's say if you input 19, is 19 greater than 18?
Yes.
Then
Mm-hmm.
it will print this statement, this true side. And else will print you're too young to vote, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's other saying, when we use the input to get a value, what's a data type? What's a data type of a value?
Mm, variable?
A variable is not data type. This is a variable. Variable is just something you see help you to save the value. When you get the value from this, it's always string. So you remember when we do copy this. So when we do age equal to input, then even we type in 12, what's the data type of 12? It's an integer.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we enter integer, but when we check the type of age, it's a string. Because we use input, it always give me string.
Yeah.
So you get input from here, your the data type of age is string. Right here, you're compare string and integer. It's not gonna work if we run this program. Tell us not supported between the string and integer. See this error?
Yeah.
So this age and 18, which one is a string?
Um. Strings.
This age is a string, and
Oh.
the reason the age is string because you use input, so you get a string,
Yeah.
and you're comparing with the number, which is not allowed. It's not supported between string and integer.
Mm.
So there's some way we can make this integer. We call this int. Then we use a parenthesis. So therefore, this age will be converted into an integer. So if we run this again, we type in 12. Right here is converted to 12. Then is 12 greater equal than 18?
No. False.
No. Then if it false, which line will print out?
False.
Which line? What's a text? What's a text? What's a text? What's a sentence in the print? Will print this one or this one? If it false.
Mm. You are old enough to vote.
Is it 12? If I type in 12, is it 12 greater than 18?
No. Then. Oh, you are too young to vote.
Yes.
You're
So if I have a 20, is 20 greater than 18?
Yes.
Yes,
You are
then
old enough to vote.
you're old enough to vote. Okay, so your turn. Type in this, share your screen and type in this. Let me see. So we start with if. Then the condition we're checking is a start of field. Okay. So if, then we need a condition before your colon. So yeah, if and space. What variable are we checking? So we're checking is age greater than 18. Is greater, you can use just the operator, which is shift and the dot. On your keyboard, you see next to your question mark.
Yeah.
That's a greater. So you can type shift and
Oh, and I see.
yeah, and there's no A's. Okay, there's no A's. So age greater equal 18. There's no A's between age and the greater operator.
So I delete age?
Delete AIDS. IS. Yes. Okay. And after that, it's a colon. The colon after 18. No, the colon after 18. And there is no colon after age. Okay. So press enter. So we will print a message. So print parenthesis. So yeah, we can print age, and also we need to print something that tell user you're old enough to vote. So we print you're old enough to vote. So in the parenthesis, let's print you're old enough to vote. Okay. And you can only have one set of parentheses after print, so you can delete the age, parenthesis age. And that parenthesis. Yeah. Okay. So it's a when will this print you're old enough to vote? Is it greater than 18 or less than 18? Is it eight?
18 and above. 18 and above.
Yeah, 18 and above. So is age greater than 18 is true or false? This will happen.
True.
True. Yes. So this is your true side statement. You don't need to print anything. No, I'm just saying that. So print you're old enough to vote is a true side. When age greater equal than 18, it's true. Okay, then backspace. Then type else, too much, enter. 1 backspace, then else. Yeah, then the colon, enter. So this will happen when your age greater equal than 18, false. So you print a message, say you're too young to vote. Okay. You can delete the name and time. The name and that's fine. So again, so when you use the input, what's the data type will return? When you use the input, what's the data type will give you? It's going to be a string.
String.
So every time you use input, it will return a value which is data type of string. So, and in your first line of your if statement, if age greater or equal than 18, you're comparing string with integer. Is not allowed in the program, so we need to convert this age into an integer. So before age, move your mouse to the age. Yeah. Before age, we type int, int, then parenthesis, then close parenthesis after e. So this will convert age into an integer. Then again, what's the input? What's the data type of input will give you? String. And what's the data type after int age?
Integer.
Yes. Now run your program. Okay, before you enter, which message will output?
What time it is?
It will say you're old enough to vote, or it will say you're too young to vote.
You're too young to vote.
Okay, then enter to say are you right or not. You're too young to vote. That's correct. Because 11 is less than 18, and it runs a false side statement, which is you're too young to vote. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to review. So let me see. So we learned the data type, we learned the variable, and we learned the if statement. For the data type, what's the 3 basic data type?
Integer, float, and
Yes.
string.
Yes. So integer, float, and string. Then what's 15.5? What's the data type?
Float.
Float. Then what's the data type of Jerry?
String.
String. What's the data type of 6?
Integer.
What's the data type of a 6 in the quote?
String.
String. There we go. So integer, float, and string. And we talk about a variable. So variable, you can imagine variable as a box, and you just give this value into this variable, and you can use this variable anywhere in your code. And
Yeah.
we use single equal to assign a value into your variable. And this value on the right side of your equal sign could be this letter, could be any number, could be a variable, another variable, or the expression, which is times, plus, subtract, something like that. And there are some rules about variable. You can only include number, letters, and underscore, but you cannot begin with number, and you cannot use special characters. For example, you cannot have this special character $sign. You cannot have the number at the beginning, and you cannot have space. You can have underscore at the beginning. This is the only character or only special character that's allowed. And if you have a more than 2 words variable, 2 names, or you have a variable have 2 words, more than 2 words, you can either use underscore or use a camel case, which is your second words start with capital uppercase.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a variable. Uh, then we talk about Boolean expression. So for the Boolean expression, is the 11 greater equal than 11? It's true or false?
Is which greater than 11?
11 is 11 greater equal than 11?
True.
It's true. And is 11 greater than 11?
No. False.
It's false. So for the this for the Boolean expression where is only return true and false, true or false, and we use greater than and less than, greater equal, less than equal, and double equal to check uh, it- to use for our Boolean expression. And if you compare two things, you have to use double equal. So
Mhm.
we say 6 double equal 6. That will give you true.
Yeah.
And then we talk about if statement. So for your if statement, we have an if, which is your keywords. Then we check this condition. If its condition is true, it's do the statement after that. If it false, it will do the statement in the else. So if I enter 15, is it 15 greater than 18?
False.
Then which line will output?
You're too young to vote.
Okay. And for the input, what's the data type will return for the input?
String.
String. Just keep that in mind. Sometimes you will have error for not convert So when you compare things, these two have to be the same data type. And that's all for the review. Kuma, Fernando.
I don't know. I think you went through everything.
I mean, he want me review in 10 minutes and I finish that. Do I keep going or?
No, I think that's it. Because you went through all the material for today.
Alright.
All right, Ishan, do you have any more questions about the class?
No, thank you. I feel good about it.
Okay. Well, as long as you understand the data types, that's the most important thing. If you start moving on to more advanced programming like Python and then advanced Python and then Java or C++, this thing will actually get you if you don't understand it. You need to understand basic data types and then how to convert and what likes to work with the other. Like, for example, like you learn strings and integers and floats don't like each other. Int and floats do. One converts to the other, but strings don't like integers. So you need to typecast, convert to other data types. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. All right. Thanks, Ishan. Ishan. Yeah. Sorry.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Ishan.
Yeah.
We'll post this video tomorrow on the website. Ask your mom or dad to go to that page where you can look at this whole video so you can double check your understanding of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. We'll see you next class. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I saw it stop at.
All right.
Like,
Bye, Jerry.
You stop recording.
oh yeah. I saw